want me after the things I said.
Black girls are on here. We gotta.
How you feeling?
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel.
Baby, where did these niggas be at when they say they doing all this and all that? Tired of beefing you balls, you can't even pay me enough to react. Been waking up in the crib and since I left the
If you're new here, my name is Selena. Make sure to subscribe and join my YouTube family down below. In today's video, I'm bringing you guys my honest and real college freshman advice. I'm going to be spilling all of the tea on how my second semester and my first semester went of school. I did a video previously where I kind of mentioned like things I wish I knew before starting college, and that video was mainly just for like my first semester. Now that I'm officially done with freshman year and I'm going to be a sophomore, I figured I'd bring you guys this video with everything that I learned within the 2 semesters. So if you're interested and if you need some advice, I know there are going to be a lot of college freshmen coming in this year, so if you're interested, keep watching and let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So for starters, I want to go ahead and give you guys a little background. So my name is Selena. I am going to be a sophomore and I am a nursing major. So yeah, just a little heads up as to where I'm at right now. So for starters, my first semester of college and my second semester were very different. I feel like my first semester I was really lost. I feel like I didn't know what was going on, who to talk to, who to ask for help. It took me 3 days to even figure out how the meal system worked. Guys, I was so confused, and I was previously in the college system, but going to like a bigger university and transferring, it's a totally different setup. Like things are so much more different and you just have to like relearn everything. For me, it felt like I was just kind of being thrown into the system because I genuinely had no idea what was going on. So yeah, anyways, my first semester I was very naive. I was really clueless. Like I was doing a lot of things that now looking back would have not been so well for me, but I didn't know a lot of the things. I was asking a lot of questions to other people. I really thought I knew it all, but I didn't. It's totally different than high school. It's totally different from community college. Transferring from a 2-year program to a 4-year program, guys, the switch is not as drastic, but like you're definitely gonna feel the pressure to get your life together, basically. So yeah, that's basically how I felt first semester, but second semester was good in the sense that I actually knew what I was doing. I knew where my classes were and everything. Like I knew how our school system worked, because a lot of school systems, they're either gonna have like 8-week courses, 6-week courses. They're just gonna have different type of week courses, and you also have to get used to that. Like my community college was the type where we had 8-week courses and then you switch on to another course. But my university, like we do full-on 16-week courses. It's the full semester, so that was something I also had to get used to. I definitely had to get used to a lot of things like the meal system, the dorm system, the social life on campus, and things like that. So my second semester, for the most part, I feel like was really good socially. First semester socially was really bad. I was still learning about the school. I was still trying to get to know people and put myself out there a little bit. In terms of my grades, like I was doing great, okay? Yeah, like the first semester was amazing. The second semester was when it kind of hit me like this shit is intense. I need to pick it up and stop slacking around. Second semester really hit me hard in terms of academics, and I mean I felt it. Stress level, staying up at night. There were so many days where me and my friends would just stay up pulling all-nighters trying to get homework done. Definitely like an emotional wreck having to get everything done. Every single week was just back-to-back assignments, and I feel like since the first semester I was just finishing like prereqs, I wasn't feeling as stressed. All those classes are like really easy. They were stuff I was used to taking at my community college, so I wasn't as stressed. That's just a little background. So my second semester, when it comes to the social aspect, I feel like I was really living my best life, you guys. I was outside. I was doing the doing things. I had an amazing time. I feel like second semester I got to meet a lot of great people that I now cherish very much and will consider lifelong friends. I just really learned a lot second semester in terms of myself and the school system and just like how intense college really is. Like, it's not a joke. I mean, you can obviously tell it's not because you're paying for this stuff, you know, like you really have to take it seriously. But it really just hit me, like the intensity of school and how much like I don't like it. Just like hits you like, wow, this is a lot of homework, this is a lot of stuff to do. And then on top of that, like you gotta learn to somehow take care of yourself and also like fit in a social life. And it's just, the whole balancing is really tough, but I pushed through. I'm here now, and thank the Lord that I managed to pass. So second semester academically was pretty much a fail for me. Just in my opinion, I feel like I could have done so much better, but socially I feel like I was making up for the first semester, getting to know people and just going out places, and I feel like that I don't regret at all because that was kind of the point for me. And we're gonna talk about the dorms. First of all, these dorm walls, you guys, they are so thin. They are like paper thin, okay? But I actually switched dorms, so I was living in a really pretty dorm when I first moved in my first semester, and then I actually switched because I realized that the pricing was just way too much for me. For my dorms, COVID was enforced. They really wanted us to like wear a mask and everything, and now that things are opening up, I'm honestly not sure how they're gonna be. I know that we couldn't invite people in our room, but I'm gonna be real with you guys, like I had people in my room whenever I wanted to. Most of the time I didn't want to just because I don't like people in my space, and I don't know, like the whole you bringing your outside into my room, I didn't like that, okay? When I did have people in my space, it was usually just my girlfriends and we were just like talking or doing makeup or something. But they are gonna tell you, you know, no people in your room, blah, 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 but nobody cares. We're all gonna do whatever the heck we want. I mean, most of the RAs are sleeping anyways, gonna be minding their own business. They don't care as much. Also, the dorm walls, they're super thin. You're gonna hear noises. You're gonna hear other people doing things that you don't want to hear in the middle of the night, and it's really annoying. For me, I'd always just have music blasting in my room so I didn't have to pay attention to what was going on outside. A part of me really wishes I got an apartment my first year, and your RAs are always going to be there to help you. They're always going to be there even in the middle of the night to help you. Me, the laundry rooms, I feel like our laundry rooms were never that crowded. There were times where people would leave their stuff in the washers. I would just take it out. Either I take it out and throw it in the dryer, or I take it out and leave it there because I had something to do. I just leave a note, be polite. Obviously, like you don't want to throw their stuff on the floor after they just washed it. It's just my background on my past semester. We're gonna go ahead and touch on these topics that I have written down. So the very first thing I learned, you guys, the freshman 15, I feel like it's a hoax. You're not gonna eat that much in college. Let's be real. I feel like in college, that's when I was really figuring out, like, what do I even like to eat, you know? What do I even snack on? I was so used to just having meals made for me. And when it comes to college, like, the meals are made for you, but the question is, do you like it enough to go in the line and wait and get it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me was like, I'm gonna be real with you guys. A lot of them caused me stomach problems. A lot of them, I woke up feeling like crap the next day. I really don't even know what be in the food. I just be eating. I be paying for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to make use of it because I'm paying for it. So I be eating the food and wake up. Next, you know, I'm trying to throw up and stuff because I ate something bad that I didn't know about. And so I didn't really spend too much time in the cafeteria. But for me, like, eating was a really big struggle because I really didn't like the food in the cafeteria. I feel like they could have done so much better in terms of what they serve us and how well they serve it too. Some of the food was never cooked to my perfection or my liking, so just gonna put that out there for you guys. I'm a really picky eater, and that also played a part in the food I ate because most of the time I literally go to the cafeteria and get like a burger and fries or pizza because those were the few things that I actually wanted to eat. It was really hard for me to be healthy because most of the time, like, they're honestly serving you junk food. Like, what are you gonna do? You know, you can't say no. That's what they have served and that's what you have to take. It's kind of a struggle because I didn't want to eat there, but it was like, I have to make use of the money I'm putting into the school. I also feel like I could have definitely chose a better meal plan. That's really the part where I messed up. Like, if I had chose a better meal plan, I honestly wouldn't have to spend so much time in the cafeteria. But since I didn't, the cafeteria is basically my home, and that's where I was getting all of my meals: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Usually I would just go to like the campus store and buy snacks. But yeah, so just make sure you guys choose a really good meal plan because it's gonna screw you over and you're not gonna realize it until you're like a month in school and realize you have no more dollars to spend on campus, stuff like that. So keep that in mind. I definitely learned it the hard way. Next, FOMO is real. Okay guys, FOMO is really real. And in college, you're always gonna feel like you have to be outside. You're always gonna feel like you have to go somewhere, do something, and you know, just make the most of your time. And don't get me wrong, I've been there, I felt that. But you also have to keep in mind that you're there for school, and that's usually what comes first, okay? Your parents are paying, you're paying, whatever the situation is, you're there for school. FOMO is definitely real, but it honestly doesn't mean that you can't live without it. I mean, it's not every day outside, okay? Sometimes it's inside. Do your homework, get things done, okay? And you can have a balance. Discipline yourself enough to have a really good balance between being social and being very academic and studious. So yeah, sometimes you really just gotta push through and realize that school comes first and the fun and stuff can wait for later. So the next thing I want to touch on is, this is like more of a personal thing for me, but don't compare yourself to others in college. You're gonna come across a lot of people that either look like you, don't look like you, or just you feel like are doing a lot better than you. Just don't compare yourself. It's gonna really hurt you mentally and emotionally. I feel like everyone around you kind of had something going for them. They always had something to do, had either some sort of like small business or something they were doing. It kind of made me feel like, dang, I should be doing more. But at the same time, it's like, you really shouldn't. I'm doing enough because I'm already here in school. I'm already pursuing a degree that's hard enough. Like, you're only a student and there's so much you can do. If anything, you're a broke college student, so there's only so much you can do. But make sure that you just keep yourself in the right headspace and that you're focused on what you're doing and not what others are doing around you, because then it's just gonna really bring you down. You don't want to be in a bad place. Your homework is gonna make you depressed enough, okay? Keep your chin up and keep your smiles on, because we do not have time for being sad. So the next thing we're going to touch on is, everybody is not your friend. They really aren't. Just because they said hi to you in the hallway, just because they smiled to you, just because he gave you a little hug, they're not your friend. If you want to make friends in college, you willingly have to get out there and get to know people. You really have to go to events, activities, whatever your school has going on that day, that weekend. You really have to go out and just start asking questions like, what major are you? I'm doing the same. We should study together, stuff like that. Because yeah, people are not always gonna come to you. Like, just be nice. The more approachable and friendly you are, the more energy you're gonna attract. Another thing you're really gonna learn in college, guys, just live within your means. Like, you do not have to be buying the most expensive thing. You don't have to be showing off for anybody, because at the end of the day, it's really gonna hurt you just because you wanted to flex for someone's birthday dinner. Don't do it. You're gonna regret it. Learned it the hard way, but we move, okay? We move. I think staying on campus is a really great way to meet friends. It's a really great way to just build a community. You just get to know a lot of people when you're living in the residence halls. A tip I learned for washing your clothes, wash them on the weekdays, because that's when people are usually doing homework, doing stuff. They're gonna be outside doing something, and they're not really gonna be trying to wash their clothes. You know, they're usually gonna want to wash their clothes like on a Saturday or a Sunday, usually on the weekend. So just wash your clothes on the least busiest days, and you will always have a washer or dryer. For your dorms, like, don't decorate it too much. At the end of the day, you're still gonna have to pack up and move out. That's gonna be all on you. I had a really simple dorm look. I just put up a tapestry which covered most of my wall, and it worked for me. I also had lights, and I had a really cute picture framing thingy. So that was really all I needed. I didn't want to do too much because I know that I can be a lazy person, and I also knew that I was gonna have to be moving out by myself, and this was not gonna be a project for me to do. So I kept it very minimal, and I was really happy with it. It was super cute but simple. You're gonna have to move out, and it's gonna suck if you have 10,000 things that you brought just to decorate. The next thing, if you are gonna go out in college, make sure that you have a plan, such as who's gonna be your designated driver if y'all are drinking. Bathroom breaks, if you're going to the bathroom, make sure you have somebody with you. You should always go together. That's something me and my friends always say. We were always together. No one was ever left behind, because you just have to be safe. Like, you really can't trust nobody. Even though there are college polices on campus and you can't reach out to them, like, you still have to look out for one another, because you just never know. Like, we live in a really crazy world, and it's just one of those places where so many things can go wrong. But yeah, guys, if you're gonna go out, have fun, do it. Of course, I support the enjoyment, but make sure you're being safe. Make sure you have somebody with you. Even if it's going to Walmart, sometimes I invite my friends, just because, first of all, you never know if they need something. You might as well just make it a girls trip and go to Walmart. The next thing, before starting your classes, guys, if you can, get to campus early. I'd say get to campus at least a day or two early, just so that you can start learning where your class buildings are gonna be. This is something I honestly should have done my first semester, those first 2 days, but I didn't, and then I was kind of struggling to figure out where these classes were. But then again, I only had like one class, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But anyways, just make sure that you kind of know where you're going. You don't want to look stupid on the first day running around campus. Like, a lost little fish, okay? You want to make sure you're there on time and you know what's going on, you're not lost. Walk around the campus to just get to know the place, get familiar with the place. You're going to be spending most likely the next 4 years of your life at that place, so you might as well just get comfortable. All right, so next, don't choose 8 a.m. classes, you guys. I mean, unless it's like your last resort and you need this class, you need it for your degree, you need it as part of your requirements, then take it. My tip would be to register for your classes as soon as they open, because things are going to fill up super fast. For me, being in the program that I am in, so many classes fill up fast and you really just have to jump on it the minute it's open, because in college there's a lot of people trying to make it as far as you are and you're not going to be able to do it at the same time. And if you don't get that class, then you're most likely going to have to push it back for a semester, and that's just going to hold you back a semester. You're just going to get into this really big mess. So always make sure to register for your classes as soon as they open, and take classes that are reasonable to you. Take classes that you know will fit in your schedule. Like, I'm not a morning person. I really don't like to be woken up that early. I mean, if I have to, I have to, obviously, but for the most part, I really don't. So I took classes that are usually around 11, 12, 1, times around there, because I knew that by then I'd be up and ready to start my day. And honestly, it worked for me. Most of my classes this past semester were around 11, and I actually had no problem with that at all. They'd all end around maybe 12:50, and I'd call it a day. That was pretty much it. Be mindful of how you also function. To help you through college is obviously financial aid and scholarships, so make sure to apply to those things really early. If you do get the chance, whenever you have a free time in school, just always keep applying to scholarships, to grants. You just never know. The last thing you want to do is end up with so much student debt when you're done with school, and I mean, that's the main reason people don't go to school. So if you can, try to stay on top of those things, because I feel like they'll help you a lot. All right, you guys, next. So in college, most of the hangouts, most of the functions are going to be at night. I'm going to step out at night, so make sure to do your homework during the day, okay? So that way you have good enough time to get ready for the night parties, because you don't want to be that one girl that's stuck doing her homework while everyone's out having a great time. Like, no, that's sad. Just make sure you balance your time well enough to where you're doing your work at a decent time. That way you can have fun and relax later. But yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it for my little college rants. College is a really big learning experience, and I feel like if there's one thing you definitely need to do, it's get out of your hometown and go to college that's in a different city, in a different state, if you can. I understand there are some instances and situations where some people can't, and that's okay. But for me, I took this as an opportunity for me to go out and learn not only about the world, but also about myself. You learn a lot in college, I'm telling you guys. And I really feel like everyone should get the chance to go to college in a different environment. You have this opportunity to start taking a step in adulthood. Another thing I really want to touch on is, if you don't know what you want to major in, please go to a community college and save some coin, because I know way too many people that decided to go straight into the university system, and once they started working on a major that they chose, they realized they didn't like it. And I think that's really sad. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of your semester, it's a waste of your time, it's a waste of everything. So just make sure that if you're not ready, if you're not secure for the big step into university and college, that you are going to a community college where you can at least get your basics done, and then figure out, okay, this is what I want to do, and then move towards your passion and work towards that. That is pretty much everything I wanted to touch on in this video. I plan to bring you guys a lot more college videos this semester. I'm super excited. I'm going to be a whole sophomore, which is crazy to me. I feel like I just started, but time goes by so fast. If you made it to the end of the video, 1, I love you. 2, hope you liked the video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe and join my YouTube family down below. I'd really appreciate it. Also, give this video a big thumbs up, and I really hope to see you guys in my next week's video. Bye, guys.